Hey everybody, Julie Ebersol for ellenhutson.com, and today I'm going to be making a themed gift wrap for some coffee-scented soaps and a scrub. These were provided courtesy of Brambleberry up in Bellingham, Washington, and I'll provide a link for you down in the description box below. They are suppliers of handmade soap making supplies, so for those of you that want to get into that, you should check out their website. So I'm going to take some 80-pound Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I went ahead and scored a quarter sheet in half lengthwise, and then I'm going to fold it. And I realized I could get 3 fold-over tags out of 1 quarter sheet of cardstock with this die. So I'm going to take the to-go cup die from the Frappé stamp and die set and go ahead and line that up so that the top cutting line just clears the fold line on that piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to go ahead and anchor it down with some frog tape. And I passed it through my Big Shot twice because I wanted to make sure I cut through both layers of that cardstock. And you can get away with that if you're using 80-pound weight cardstock. And I wouldn't go much heavier because then it's really hard to get through those thicknesses, but 80 pounds seems to work perfectly for this. So now I'm going to take the to-go cup from the stamp set and go ahead and align that on the Mini Misty and ink up with VersaFine Vintage Sepia. I thought this was a really cool color of brown that just kind of enhanced the whole coffee theme I was going with. And then I'm going to take the circle, like the emblem circle, is just one of the, or coffee rings, you know, it could be any of those things. And I'm just going to make a logo on my cup and center that little heart inside there. And then set that aside while I continue working on the wrap. Now, before I take the soap out of the plastic, I wasn't quite sure how long this piece needed to be. It's just a piece of craft cardstock, and it's about 1 3/4 inches wide, and then it's 8.5. I think long. And I'm just going to take this strip. I just had it in my scrap bin and I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I'm going to grab the little trio of coffee beans and the same ink I've been working with and just go ahead and ink that up and just create a random pattern across that belly band there. And I did crease the fold lines there on it because I do want it to wrap pretty securely around the soap. And then I thought it would be fun to wrap this up in a coffee filter because I have gobs of coffee filters. I'm using them all the time. And I thought it would be fun and kind of frilly to go ahead and wrap the soap like that. And then you can keep it open so that the soap can breathe and the recipient can actually catch a whiff of the scent of the soap because it smells like coffee. It's very yummy. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the sides there, a little bit of tape runner, and wrap that around and secure it to the back side just to make sure I have a nice even belly band going around there. And then I'm going to wrap some of this really cool twine by May Arts. This is natural, like ivory hemp. I guess it's natural, but I love this color of hemp. I use gobs of this. I buy it in the big hunkin' spool because I use so much of it. And then I decided that I wanted to have a sentiment inside the tag, so I went ahead and lined up the thanks a latte to stamp inside the cup there. And then I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole there with a 1/8 inch hole. And then because I've already tied my twine there to the top, I just cut a slit there through the top at an angle, and I could just slip that little tag right over the twine. Perfect. I thought those turned out so cute, and I love the frilly effect of the coffee filters there at the top. Now I'm going to take the jar of scrub, and I had some ribbon in my stash that I grabbed. This is just like a cotton, organic cotton type ribbon with a stripe, a black stripe running through it. And I'm just going to tie a neat little bow by slipping that through the metal hardware there. This is one of those clasp style jars. It keeps a nice tight seal there on the scrub. And once I've got my nice and tidy little bow, I'm going to grab one of the other tags because I was mass producing, right? Anything more than one is mass production, right? It is in my book anyway. So I grabbed a little bit more twine and I'm just sending that, looping that through the hole there on the tag, and then I'll just send that twine right up through there. Again, my favorite twine. And go ahead and loop that very tightly, and then I can go ahead and snip off the excess, and bam, my packaging is done. And I thought it turned out so cute and themed with the coffee, and it smells so good, and it conveys the whole idea of being coffee scented. We have more still shots available at the Classroom blog, and all the supplies are available at ellenhutson.com. Thanks for watching.